You already know the story. 2-3. It finished in North London. Tottenham Hotspur losing, even after a late little flurry there, to Arsenal, who got the job done in the first half after 38 minutes, 3 goals up, scoring 2 of them, the other one being the own goal, the first goal from Højbjerg, so unfortunate there. And Tottenham did absolute fuck all in that first half. All the possession, 70+% possession in that first half, and had a donut of shots on target. Romero hit the post early on. Van de Ven had the offside that could have been an equalizer at 1-1. It was very, very tight, but it was by the difference of one of the players' asses. I forget which player it was. And then, of course, the potential penalty shout on Kulusevski, which I don't think was a penalty. But hey, if not attackers getting contact in the box, they have the option to go down. Then referee has to make a decision and all that sort of stuff. Evidently, they said no decision to be made here. So cool, we move. And then they score their second goal from that. Saka making it 2-0 from a ball over the top with so much space. Like, guy had no one around him. That was mad. That high line of Tottenham's is suicide football. Really, it is. Even when you're at home against a team like Arsenal who have pace on the break. Brave or naive of Ange, you make up your own minds. And then Havertz with the header, 3-0, 38th minute. And then at that point, White Hart Lane started evacuating. Second half was better from Spurs, more of an even game, bit of 50-50 split. Arsenal trying to counter, Tottenham putting it towards Arsenal, getting the goal from Raya's mistake. It was good for him from Romero, to be fair, side foot into the goal. And then the late penalty. I don't know why Oliver needed VAR to tell him that was a penalty. I mean, Rice clearly kicked Davis in the nuts. I've heard some people say back of the leg. Yeah, back of the third leg probably. It looked like he probably didn't get him properly, but he got him right between the legs there, mate. So that was a penalty. Oliver needed one look at it. Son converts, top left corner, good finish. Raya went the right way but missed it. And then a bit of squeaky bum time for the last 10 minutes, but he finished 3-2 with a massive win for the Arsenal in this title race. Now, Spurs fans, bless them, some of them realistic. They know, look, this team ain't up to it. There's going to be a lot of changes needed. Players still need to come in to adapt to this system and all this sort of stuff, and I get that. Some Spurs fans, however, are coping massively. They're huffing on that copium, much like Deji is, and bless Deji. Again, this is no ill will towards Deji or anyone else reference here. We're just talking about what they've said and their thoughts on the game and the madness that they believe in. So, Mr. Deji, if you don't know, Mr. Who, after he said there's no one that could really defeat Tottenham, and then the very next day they lost to Fulham, if you remember.
Do you genuinely think that you can still, in this league, finish above Arsenal? Like, genuinely?
Well, the simple answer is yes. And with my prediction that I can't see any team at the moment, apart from one, stopping Spurs between now and the end of the season, Spurs can finish above Arsenal and Spurs can still finish third. Apart from the Liverpool game at Anfield, I really can't see who's going to stop Spurs. And I'll say it again. Who?
Yeah, that guy. He came back with another mad one, saying you can't go toe-to-toe to Tottenham, so Arsenal had to sit deep and they had to play counter-attacking football because Arteta knows this Arsenal team cannot go toe-to-toe with Tottenham.
The first thing I told you was that when you come to my gaff, when you come to my club, we're going to have more ball possession than you. We had 62% possession to your dusty 38 or 28 or whatever it is. Yeah, so let that sink in. You, man, I told you can't go toe-to-toe with Tottenham. I said to you, though, that you're going to need to humble yourself, I lie, and play direct football. And unlike you, thank goodness that Arteta has been watching the show. Because had he done what you were planning to do, you, man, would have got slapped up. Arteta listened to me and said, you know what, this brother's got a point. We can't play Tottenham off the park. We're not good enough. So let's sit back and go direct. That's what happened, my brother. Now, let me also tell you something that caught me from left field. And it caught you left field as well. Was at 1 o'clock, we saw Tottenham starting lineup. I went, what? Ben Davies, Bentancur, Højbjerg. And we're going to start with Werner. How?
Your manager, man.
How, where, and why? Why would you do that? So, yes, you man won. But for me, I did not foresee Postecoglou doing the madness that he
Okay,
did.
but let me just ask you.
Them brothers.
Let me just ask you. So, are you basically saying, because all I heard during the week was the reason why Chelsea didn't win is because Palmer didn't play. So now, what are you saying is because you didn't have at least Doji, and at least because I know he's out injured. Are you saying that because Basuma and Sarr didn't play, that's the reason why you didn't win?
Yes, basically.
Oh.
And also, bro, and Richarlison.
Bless the shamelessness. Bless the sheer gall of Deji to say that Arteta is scared of playing Tottenham with open toe-to-toe football because there's no way Arsenal can go toe-to-toe with Tottenham. That's mad. That's actually mad. Like, I can't... I laughed at that when I first heard it. I'm like, no way this guy's being serious right now. He's being shameless. He is definitely. Maybe he believes it. Fair plays to him. But if he really thinks that Arteta came there and played, 5 at the back with 3 in front and 2, to spring a counter-attack, he's on something. He knew that Tottenham, would play this high line and bring their players forward into Arsenal's half. That allows so much space for people like Saka, Trossard, Havertz, if it were, Odegaard, whoever it is, to be running forward and springing up, yeah? That's what happens. That's what it allows. So there is no Arteta was scared business. He just knew what he had to do. It wasn't the best performance from Arsenal, but you're lucky it wasn't 4 or 5 in that first half either. You're lucky it was only 3-0 after the 38th minute, man, and people were leaving the stadium by that point. So big ups to Deji, the delusional man as well, Mr. Who. Well, so far it has been Newcastle, Fulham, Arsenal, of course. Did they lose to someone else at that time as well? I can't remember. But there you have it. That's Deji. What a possession. What a possession trophy. Had more possession in our home stadium. Yes, you would think so because you're the home team. It's on you to dictate the game, yeah? Arsenal knew how to pick you off and they did that. Tactical awareness from Arteta. Can't get mad at it. Respect it.
I don't think we played high line today.
It's not about the high line. It's about...
We played more conservative today than we have in a long time. The first half, I thought, we played decently good football, other than the Højbjerg blunder at the back post or at the near post, and then the Saka goal that shouldn't have stood in the first place. And then...
Why?
Because of the penalty in the box against Kulusevski.
It was very soft, Will.
100%
It was very soft. Very soft.
No.
That was Will making his return to Footy Judge Mo, and the first video was from Never a Foul. And Will says, the one error and the non-penalty was the low light in that first half. Otherwise, they thought they played well. I mean, no shots on target, though. Arsenal getting a couple of goals, 3 goals, effectively, I should say. And that means you were more conservative and played. I don't know. I don't see it. I mean, again, possession play, move the ball left, move the ball right, all that sort of stuff. I just don't get it. But that's what he says. Fine. A little bit of cope, maybe. Trying to make the pain, subside, make the medicine go down a little bit better. But the next one here from Young Daniel. I don't know why Terry brings him on Football Terrace. Big up, Terry. And winky face. And he was a bit harsh. He was harsh towards the Arsenal fans, saying how could they celebrate that win, that it was disgusting how Arsenal won that game and they celebrated. We'll come back to this because there was an incident at the start of the season involving Tottenham Hotspur and Liverpool. You may have heard about it. We'll come back to that, but let's hear what he said first up regarding this result.
I feel completely robbed. And people, I know people are going to get mad and people are going to say I'm delusional. A lot of people call me delusional. That's fine. Cry. The fact that you're celebrating this win is a disgrace to the club that you support. It's a disgrace to the club that you support. This is an absolute disgrace of a win. And if I was an Arsenal fan, I wouldn't be celebrating this. It's sad. It's sad. Well, I would be celebrating this, but I would be sitting down and saying, you look at it and the penalty, come on. If you're saying that's not a penalty, you got to check it. You got to get your eyes checked.
So much like Will, talking about the penalty, the disgrace that was the penalty not given. Again, I didn't see enough in that. If it was given, I would have looked at it, scratching my head thinking, okay, where did a penalty come from this? Referees must have seen something. Maybe they felt sorry for Tottenham. I don't know. That didn't happen though. Played on. But the fact that he says, how are fans celebrating this, Arsenal fans? I mean, need we remind you what happened at White Hart Lane when we came there in September with the farce that was that VAR check, with the red card for Diogo Jota, the 2 yellows, I might add. One of them, not a yellow. The other one, probably a yellow. The Curtis Jones red card when, similar circumstances and similar tackles and incidents have not had the same results, yeah? But most definitely that offside was 100% the call that started everything with the referees. And now we see Nottingham Forest completely blowing up at the PGMOL and the FA. I think it was Nottingham Forest, wasn't it? Yeah, it was when they played Everton, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. And yeah, it sucks, yeah. It sucks. It's a lot of copium. It's a lot of copium when you want to just hinge everything on one decision as to why that game didn't go your way. Let's hear a little bit more from Dan before we take him back a few months ago.
This is the most shameless thing I've ever seen in my life. This is the fan base that comes on and cries about refereeing decisions 24/7 every time it happens to them. And they're going to put the phone to the microphone with sad music playing, violin playing. Are you serious? That's what you're going to do after everything you've done this season?
That is what we're going to do.
We came to your home and we got the 3 points 2 years in a row.
Disgustingly.
So there you have it. Disgustingly celebrating a win because of refereeing decisions that didn't go one team's way, maybe not playing how they thought they would, maybe not being at the standards that they expect them to be, but Arsenal went away. They did what they had to do. Just like when you go away, you do what you have to do when you're Tottenham and you're playing against a Man City or a Chelsea or a Liverpool or a United or whoever the hell it may be, yeah? That's what that is. That's how that works, yeah? But remember how I said the incident with Liverpool and Spurs and all that, yeah? He said he feels robbed. He believes that the referees made a bad call. He believes that that Arsenal fans are celebrating this disgustingly. Well, let's take you back to September when he was on the football terrace after that 2-1 controversy at White Hart Lane with Liverpool coming to town. And let's hear his energy when that happened.
I don't agree with this opinion. Like, I've just heard a whole stream. I've just come on when we've just won an emphatic game. We're still unbeaten. We're second in the Premier League, and all I've heard is VAR talk. Not one game have I heard credit given to Spurs. It's all been excuses throughout the whole season. When we were in the beginning, it was like, oh, you didn't play a single team. It's only Man United. Then we went to Arsenal and we drew them. Oh, no, but Arsenal got injuries. Now we play Liverpool. Oh, no, the referee was blind. It's always going to be an excuse with Tottenham, and I'm just realizing now that no fan is ever going to give us credit. So it's might as well we just show up and keep playing our football, because we're never going to get credit from any other team.
So it's always going to be an excuse for Tottenham why they won a game. Well, now it's an excuse for Tottenham why they lost the game. The referee. Sometimes you need to look in the mirror and say, you know what, you guys were just not that good. You conceded 3 goals in 38 minutes. You had a decision that went against you, rightfully so, with the offside for Van de Ven from an arse width. There was that penalty, apparently, that could have been on Kulusevski. I still undecided on that one there. I again, if that was given, I'd be looking at it, scratching my head, thinking, what did they give there? But cool, fair enough. But you know what? Maybe give praise to Arsenal, yeah? Maybe give praise to the team that came there and beat you because they were just better than you at finishing, taking their chances, all that good stuff. And you guys were not. That first half, you had 0 shots on target. Nothing. They had 3 goals in that first half. You should be giving Arsenal credit. But it doesn't stop there. Let's take it a little bit further and hear one more gem.
But it's not a robbery. One bad decision is not a robbery. Let's say they give that goal, you score. We go on the rest of the game and we try to score even more. If we're losing, we're going to play a different type of football if we're going to be losing than if it was 0-0 and we score and then we get scored on again. It's a different game. It's not just Liverpool scoring. It's 2-2. It's that simple. That's not how football works.
So one decision does not necessarily mean that a team was robbed because they had multiple opportunities to make other things happen and have more chances on goal, yeah? This penalty call was, 25th, 30th minute, something like that, whatever it was. My dude, you had plenty of opportunities to make things happen in this game, but you didn't. That's where the problem lies. Your team could not hit a shot on target in that first half. Yeah, hit the post, offside, a penalty that robbed by the refereeing. But he says one bad decision does not mean that you were robbed. Let's run it back one more time from what he said this morning after the post-match of the North London derby. One more time. Let's run it back.
I feel completely robbed.
And what did he say about refereeing decisions to the 2-1 win against Liverpool?
One bad decision is not a robbery.
One more time for those who need it. Slow down a little bit.
I feel completely robbed.
One bad decision is not a robbery.
Yeah, it sucks when it happens to you, doesn't it? Yeah. But you went with 9 players and you scored them an own goal for them to win the game. You were with 11 players and Højbjerg scored an own goal to get the ball rolling for them. Saka, Havertz, making it 2 and 3. Obviously gifted the goal. Romero, nice little tucked away finish. Son, good penalty, has to be said. Nothing else in that game went your way, unfortunately. But hey, as he says, he feels robbed. Well, you can't feel robbed when, by your own words, you had plenty of time to win yourself this game, because against Liverpool, you said one bad decision is not a robbery. Things could have changed in that game. Well, yes, things could have definitely changed in that game if your team was up to the task, but they weren't. It is what it is. Arsenal were not at their best. Let's not make no two mistakes about it. That doesn't even make sense. You get what I'm saying? But they were clinical where it mattered and when it counted, and they did what they needed to do, and that was win the game, and they did. And that's where we have it. Tottenham fans, as small as the sample size may be, on some mega copium. You were not good enough. Arsenal beat you. It is what it is. Refereeing decisions are part of the game, remember? Deal with it. Until next time, see you later, fine people.